What's happening there, guys, and welcome back to our channel. New Girl is considered the best, if not one of the best comedy shows of our time. One thing about the show that many people don't know is that about 20% of each episode is actually improvised. Here, we take a look at the best unscripted New Girl scenes, so let's get right into the video. Number 8. Schmidt's ridiculous line about porcupines. According to Max Greenfield, in the second episode of the final season of the show, when Jake walks into the frame and says this line, which was something like, "That's a porcupine putting on a tie," Greenfield vividly remembered himself improvising every take he did, and in one of them, he says, "Wow, wonder what that would look like," which upon hearing, the entire crew on the set burst out into hysterics, while Johnson asked him to quit it as he really felt that they were going to go with the line in the final take. Number 7. Nick and Jess's heated argument. In the third episode of the second season, many characters come to face different misunderstandings between one another, which makes their relationship even more complicated than it already was. These characters especially include Nick and Jess, who have a number of heated arguments throughout the duration of the episode, which almost results in their relationship crumbling down. The behind the scenes of these arguments were described by Greenfield, who told the actor and actress playing Nick and Jess that while filming those scenes together, they can feel free to sort of jump on each other. Number 6. Nick and Schmidt's adorable flashback. In the words of the rap, the cute flashback between Schmidt and Nick in the finale of the series was improvised to the brim. The scene was full of bromance. In it, Nick admitted to his best friend Schmidt that he loved him, which was something that Schmidt had been waiting to hear since the beginning of the show. As soon as Nick said the words, "I love you," the actors, the crew, everyone on set burst out laughing, according to Jake Johnson. "I thought another garbage throwaway moment, but finally what I appreciate is they did put that in," he added. Number 5. Schmidt and Nick talk about a cookie. The 5th episode of the second season, called Models, has been called the best episode of the entire show by many viewers, and the credits of this mostly go to the completely unscripted discussion between Schmidt and Nick about a cookie. Yes, a cookie. You may be wondering, how can a discussion about a cookie make an episode this much of a fan favorite? And well, this scene was a turning point in the relationship of Schmidt and Nick, as Nick came to the realization of just how important Schmidt is to him. Dave Finkel, the co-showrunner, described the moment as so real. Number 4. Nick and Winston exchange personalities. In the script of New Girl, the personalities of Nick and Winston were planned to be switched. Nick was originally supposed to be the one who lived in a stable life, while Winston was supposed to be the childish and office rocker one. As the show progressed, the writers constantly took on the task of improvising the scenes of Nick and Winston to make the contrast between the two clearer. Lamorne Morris and Jake Johnson also had to improvise many different lines so they could keep their different personalities on the show in check. Number 3. Schmidt's iconic Hindi mispronunciations. If you're a fan of New Girl, then surely you've noticed the unusually chill way that the writers of the show put together the script and filmed every episode. This was somewhat difficult at first for the crew behind the show, as they had to switch from their more traditional way of filming. Schmidt's iconic mispronunciation of words, especially Hindi words, came off as a bit of a shock at first to both the cast and crew. These hilarious mispronunciations even included the word chutney. Number 2. How Nick reacted to being water massaged by Tran. If you didn't already know, Nick's reaction to getting water massages by Tran in the 7th episode of Season 2 was legitimate. Johnson, in an interview, explained how the crew called in an actual water massager to teach Nick how to respond to being held in water like a baby. Johnson, as it showed on his face in the scene, found this method to be rather uncomfortable and decided to go with the scene naturally, which was him being puzzled and scared by the entire experience. Number 1. Nick's ridiculous facial expressions. Remember Nick's weirdly funny facial expressions on the show? Yep, they were mostly improvised. The credit of this, of course, goes to Johnson himself, who clearly has a talent of hilariously contorting his face as a reaction to what the actors did around him as their characters. Johnson, despite having less screen time and as a result, fewer lines than most of his co-stars on the show, made the most out of his appearances by making funny faces and earned his place in the hearts of fans as one of the best actors on the show. Please be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, as well as press that bell icon so you'd never have to miss out on any more of our juicy content in the future. Take care, and bye for now.